What is going on, everybody? We're back on it. Jujutsu Kaisen, Season 2, Episode 18. Didn't know if we were actually going to get this, but it's here. People have been updating me in the Patreon Discord, on Twitter. Um, there were whispers that the season might just be done after last episode and everything that's been happening with the animation studio and Mappa and all that type of stuff. But we're here. Curious to kind of see what still is the major plot point here, besides, just trying to get shit under control. But is it just Ghetto, or the fake Ghetto, imposter Ghetto? That's really pretty much all we're dealing with. Gojo's sealed and is going to be sealed for what it looks like for the foreseeable future. Toji came, made an impact, left, and Sukuna leveled up. Sukuna was on like 25%. Got dumped all those fingers and got like cranked up to 80%. But he came and went as well. So I think the only thing kind of left to be kind of like handled is the fake Ghetto and maybe a couple more fights along the way. Jogo's done. Tree Girl's done. Everybody's done with Mahito, or that might be about it. They showed Nanami still alive, which is fine. Everybody gets it. You're not. Jujutsu Kaisen isn't that level of where they're just like offing characters like that without any kind of like, typical flashback or sacrifice or anything crazy. It's kind of upsetting that like as strong as we saw Jogo, like city level, like leveling type strong, point blank nuking Nanami and Maki in the face just doesn't kill them. I would have rather them just never had done that at all. Because how do they survive that? And it was so fast. Maybe we're talking about they transfer curse energy to one side of their body, or this, or yada yada yada, blah blah blah. I'm sure there's gonna be, maybe we get some explanation, or maybe there's just none at all. I don't know. Let's see what we get. He's trying to do some positive to balance out all the terribleness his body was just used for. To make sure he's thinking clearly though. He doesn't do something crazy. Hopefully. Someone needs to find him. Where's the girl at? Where's she been? Nabara, where are you? Maybe she can be used to help calm him down. Is this inside the domain again? Oh. Is he on the brink of death? Or is he having a flashback to not being on the clock? Maybe it's helping him cope through this at the moment. Well, he can be healed, though. I'd like to see Jogo's, like, what he just did have a lasting impact and stuff. Oh my god. And they've already ran the 1v1 before, and Nanami got the better of him. But can't essentially every sorcerer be healed by the girl before it's like, as long as they still have a pulse? The one that they dropped Fushiguro off at. This is very I'm about to die type anime thing right here. I'm assuming Yuji is gonna show up and help him. I don't think they're gonna let him die, in my opinion. Typically these would be no problem for him, not burnt and pre-exhausted. But I think even these might be able to overpower him in a little bit. Yeah. I like how they have no movement or anything to them, but he's like moving freely while they're still just like statues. It's a nice look. He is on the brink. And if Yuji doesn't show up, or Nobara, she could. Maybe it's her time to save him. I don't think we've ever seen this in Jujutsu Kaisen before. Someone like just literally on the brink, just letting it all out to like just barely scrape by right here. No cursed energy, like you're... But we've never seen that. Like someone, like he can't even stand up, think straight, and he's still just like unconsciously, subconsciously, just killing, just clearing in front of him is going to put Itadori on the edge of, I don't even know, but it will be unrecoverable after everything he's been through. This is the classic, like, Naruto. You hear that, ba-dum, 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 and the chakra comes spilling out and goes oh, man. So you fake death Nanami to then bring him back to then kill him again. Kill him. You gotta let out that rage. I want to see like 20 black flashes in a row. Black flash, black flash, black flash. He's not thinking clearly, though. I don't know if he can handle this without a clear head, but you gotta go right through it, man. You gotta go right through it. No hesitation. You just gotta go. You just gotta go. We're not doing this. You're not doing this right now. You're not doing this right now. We gotta get one back for our dead homie. And he's taking it as like such a joke that if that doesn't trigger you even more, then I don't know what will. Has anybody even checked on Mei Mei and her little brother or lover or whatever we're calling him? Like, you're asking somebody that it doesn't compute. So to ask him why he doesn't feel or does feel, it's just a waste of time. We can't talk no jutsu him. It's the opposite of what he stands for. Like, you say he's supposed to save and save everybody he can until he can't anymore. And he can't at the moment. It's been failing this arc. Nanami gone. Gojo sealed. Who does he even have to look up to? Todo maybe? But even that's more of a peer and peer level. Because Itadori's not even one of my favorite characters in this entire show. He might not even be top 10. We have a moment here. Show me something. He just killed your secondary sensei, or whatever you want to call him. And he had all that rage to let out. After what Sukuna did with his body. It was the perfect thing. Take Mahito out. And literally the only real high-level threat left hanging around is the fake Geto. Everything else can be cleared up by just the lower-level sorcerers, to be honest. Oh, we got that, like, late 90s Tekken, Soul Fighter, Capcom music going on here at the arcade. That's one of my favorite soundtracks. You almost want to see, like, a little bit of fear put in Mahito, like a little bit of panic, before this is, like, all over. To make him feel kind of like what the other humans have felt when he takes their lives and transfigures them and does everything else. So here's us roasting him to a crisp. Psych, he's good. Psych, he's not good. So he can just transfigure his body and the souls he takes over into anything he wants. Real or not real, like a gun, horse legs, a blade. But then he can also do the same with the souls that he also takes over or controls. Well, Itadori, it's up to you, sir, because no one's showing up. I don't think anybody could even show up that could give you any help that's any stronger than you. I need Nobara to come save the day. She's got a lot to make up for. I don't know the confirmation. You guys have to let me know. If it's one finger, if it's 19 fingers. If Yuji is to die, do the set amount of fingers that he has inside of him, do they cease to exist? Do we have confirmation on any of that? Because if that's the case, are we at a finger level now that where Sukuna might deem it in his best interest to not let Itadori die? Or do the fingers get respawned, or like how does that work? Because like he had one or two before, it's like whatever. If I get 18 of the fingers left at some point, I'm still the strongest being. Don't. Bruh. Did you really just think two rando dandos were standing there unscathed in the middle of all this, just having a conversation? It might be in his best interest to help save Itadori, so we don't have to lose the fingers, you know? There she is. She comes off with so much, like, swagger, but, like, has yet to perform. And she's gone. Rehit. Nice. Not bad. Yeah, he's gonna bring them out. I've said, oh, okay. Not a bad episode. Yeah, the Nanami stuff is pretty unfortunate, isn't it? See if we can find it. It's just so wild how they did that. See if I can find him here at the last second. And the thing is, like, he shows no care, and then at the same time is so childlike and carefree with it that it triggers even more. But that was some great stuff with Nanami we got there. Like I said, I don't think we've seen it in this story yet. Someone just kind of like on the brink like that, and still going. Like, there's no more technique to it. There's no more like logical thinking. Okay, how can I do this? How can I do that? What's the next plan of escape? Who's alive? Who can help me? Who can I help? He was just there, just trying to survive, just brain on autopilot, already wounded as hell. And I mean, there was nothing he could do, but he was still putting in the work. He still cleared the area. But what are you gonna do with Mahito? Nanami did get the better of him prior, but it was more of like a means to escape rather than put him down. Could Nanami run it 100% 1v1 if there was no way to ever run? I have no idea, and we'll never get that answer. Hopefully Yuji can get this up out of him. And then I'm curious of like you said, he's gonna have souls and things up his sleeve to push him, to make him hesitate, weaken him. So I don't know if he'll bring back Nanami's face, if he'll bring back the boy's face. I forget the boy's name from last season. Or who else he could really bust out. Nobara's not gonna die, okay? So I don't think we have to worry about that. And hopefully he gets some of that rage up out of him. I mean, you saw him kind of letting it out of his system at the end of last episode, screaming at the top of his lungs, just grinding against the concrete. And him letting out a little bit of the rage here. And the fact that it happened to Nanami in front of him, right after all the memories he just got pushed back into his brain of what Sukuna did with his body is a lot. So we'll see what he's able to do, if he's even able to do this by himself, because I don't know anybody else that's going to show up. They haven't shown Toto, so I'm not assuming he's going to show up. And aren't there two other special grade sorcerers out there? The blonde girl, I forget her name from the movie. And then Yuta, which I think you guys gave me confirmation. The girl didn't create or give him the power. He created the girl with his power. Is there anything specifically that makes special grades sorcerers? Is it amount of cursed aura? Is it specific clan, destiny, heritage, technique? Or is it like if you just have it, you have it, you don't. Like, is Yuta just, he just happens to be him, just luck of the draw type thing. So all that amount of power and stuff is his. His dying friend didn't grant him that power. He just manifested her so he wouldn't be alone. I think we got confirmation on that, but we'll leave it there and see. Appreciate it, everybody. Like, share, subscribe, and as always,